Hey, I'm so glad to do this interview with you guys. This is Charity Jordan, and I wanted to take time to answer your questions. Hopefully, the fact that I didn't write them isn't too much of a barrier, but I'm going to give you some really good and juicy and clear answers. So, thank you again for having me here with Cinéma-movietheater.com. All right, I'm Charity Jordan. I am an actress, a writer, a producer. I've done stage and TV probably since I was 15 years old, and I just love it. It's the most magical and the most empowering thing I think we have is art, and I'm so grateful to get the opportunities that I do to perform. Split ends on They Cloned Tyrone, I think, is a character that's in our community a lot. Someone who wants to do good, who is willing to sacrifice and go above and beyond for her job as a teacher, but is just exhausted. It comes with a lot, trying to give and sacrifice for the well-beings of others with minimum reward, and with ultimately others still giving you high demands and expectations for what you're doing that has nothing to do with the kids. And so I think that's who Split Ends is. And ultimately, she is relaxed physically and mentally, literally, and psychologically by the chemical perm being put in her head. I related a lot to Split Ends when I read the script, because I am someone who works with youth. And I just know what that feels like to want to do so much and to see barriers put up by institutions that don't want to see people succeed. So I related to her a lot. When I read the script, I thought it was genius. When I read the script, I thought it was freaking fracking genius. I don't know how you're going to spell that out, but it was a masterpiece. You know what it really was? It was like Black sci-fi and cultural commentary that was so relevant, and so the conversations that we have kind of sometimes just randomly in closed doors, like, man, what are they putting in this sweet tea? Because I cannot, go a week without drinking it. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that kind of stuff that we always talk about in some communities of color or economic disadvantages, where we're like, they watching us, huh? Who put this this substance here or this weapon here? Like, we do not have access to put mass destruction things in our small, impoverished communities. So when I read the script and just some of the things that were dropped in it, I thought it was a masterpiece. I thought it was very outside the box and just something that we typically don't get to work on or work with. And I was just really, really impressed by it. How did I prepare for the role? Well, I definitely know what it's like to go sit in a beauty salon, baby. I don't have to prepare for that one. That is Black girl magic through and through, and every Black girl's journey at some time. Sitting in the salon, chopping it up and gossiping with other women, younger, older. It is such a rites of passage, I think, for all Black women. And I love that he had it set there. So that part I didn't have to prepare for. What I did have to prepare for was just the timing that we shot this in. This was during COVID. And so it was one of the first films I did once we were getting back to work. And it was just such a different environment with masks and testing and distancing and just making sure everyone was staying safe, but still trying to find ways to connect. So I think that was probably the biggest adjustment and preparation, was how do you give yourself fully and make sure that cast, crew, and everyone's still protected and safe. We isolated a lot before this film even got on set. We would have to isolate, and that was just different preparation in itself, being isolated and checking it over the phone and running tests and come back to your room. But I'm so glad that the production team was just putting all of our safety first. So, but I felt like I knew her through and through. It's nothing like being in a beauty salon and what that means and how good you feel. Let me tell you something. You feel so good. No matter how many hours you're in a beauty salon, when you walk out, you feel so good. You literally do feel high. The amount of beauty and attention that's been given to you to make you become your best self just is a high. And so I cherish that and took that into the process. How was it like shooting with this amazing cast and Jewel, the brilliant director? Man, I am forever inspired by him. Just young, fresh. Jewel was open and supportive. Like, sure, you want to try it, try it. Willing to and committed to get exactly what he wanted. I loved that. Like, with such tenderness and such clarity and such just fun. But like, yeah, that's kind of how I see it. And it's like, I love anybody who can be really clear about what they want, especially in alternate universes or alternate mindsets, or, like we were in the movie. So I loved it. It was a dream come true. I hope I would be so lucky to work with that cast and crew again. Especially when you see how much they did have to shift. John Bodega, Jamie Foxx. We think, oh, they're just actors, but it's a shift. Doing the accents, playing the time period in such a clear way, having that amount of belief in what's happening in another reality. Tiana Paris, I mean, just really genuine and generous people with their art and with their humanity. So brilliant. The movie was shot in Atlanta, so that's fun. It was very Atlanta through and through. I mean, there's some parts with me as a Southern girl. I am from Atlanta, so there's some parts that I just could not get over just seeing and hearing, because it was so close to home and things that we experienced, which I think I would like to say I covered it as just being an Atlanta thing. I'm sure it probably happens in all cities all over the country, but it was brilliant being shot here. Just the authenticity of just such rich culture here. With the design work, the art team was amazing on this film, and they captured it just right. Costumes just right. It was perfect. I loved it. You were touring international. Oh yeah, I was touring with YEA and some other people. Yeah. So I grew up with those guys: Sa, Saquon, Keenan, Christine Horn. I'm just trying to name. I mean, we grew up in such a rich circle of artists here. We went to high school together, and then we would perform after high school together with the Youth Ensemble of Atlanta. And that's what shaped my young childhood. When I look at it now, when you get to a certain age, you realize being a teenager is still a child. You thought you was grown, but you wasn't. And just being around such brilliant artists then, who've gone on to be even a more amazing, award-winning, talented artists, I was just so blessed. The memories I have of it is us creating music all the time, like just beats and rhythms, us dancing, us laughing, us sharing food. That's what I really remember. I remember us carpooling, piling up in each other's cars to get to rehearsal. I remember us rehearsing, being sweaty, stinking, sharing food, borrowing enough money to get a slice of pizza, and then bringing enough money the next day to share a slice of some wings with the next person. And us being around each other all day, every day of the week. Maybe not Sundays. And that's a maybe, because if it was a showtime, we were running shows at the Seven Stages Theater, we would be together on Sundays too. We were together all the time. That's what I remember. And it was so many memories. I mean, golly, I looked up to those guys so much. They were a little bit older than me, but I just remember being around each other all the time, and so much laughter and so much fun and so much creativity. At a young age, we were writing and creating music and monologues and performing to full audiences every day. And I just remember the rush of it and being able to do it with friends. Those are my friends. So, and I get to do it with them even now. So it's pretty cool to see. It's pretty cool. Next project right now, The Haunted Mansion just came out, Disney's Haunted Mansion. And I play Alyssa in that. And that is just, a dream come true. Who doesn't want to be, sitting in the audience when that Disney mansion comes up and the star goes over it and the fireworks happen and then your face comes on the screen after that? Check it. Bucket list done. So Disney's A Haunted Mansion is an amazing project, directed by Justin and starring Lakeith and Jamie Lee Curtis and Tiffany Haddish. I mean, that was talking about an award-winning, star-studded cast. And it's really a sweet film. It's fun. It's a little spooky, but like, jump scares, but not too much horror because I'm a scaredy cat. So I could never take that much horror. And just really a fun movie with a great message and just really, really good work. The director, Justin, he just did a great job with it. I love it. I love the diversity of the cast. I love the sweetness of the story, and we got to shoot that. And so that's what's up now. And then every week I'm in The Wonder Years, or every other week, I'm a recurring character on The Wonder Years on ABC. And that's a reboot from the the great one that we all loved when we were kids. And I'm having so much fun working on that. I play Vivian Long, who is married to Coach Long, and the mama to Corey Long. And so I just love them so much. And it's just a great, great, great show. The showrunner, Saladin, and executive producer, Ken, are amazing visionary and just giving to tell us a nice, clean, beautiful family story. And I love having that. I'm a mom, so being able to have something that I'm excited to watch with my kids is always a plus. Do I wish to add anything? I just hope that we continue to cherish the opportunity we have to share our gifts with others and tell stories, and that we continue to make room for people to tell their story.